Hello, it is I, once again, the Bruce Wayne of Azur Lane, back at it again for another Azur Lane video, and no less continuing my guides on various things in the game. However, today, so someone earlier asked me about, like y'all sent me a message on Discord about the talents of Meowfficers, and someone was asking like which carrier skill is better than another carrier skill, and so I just decided you had a bunch of questions about which talents were the best, so I just went over to the wiki and I found some very good resources for discussing which talents are more preferable than others. So basically, if you go to the wiki, you can see just how much of an increase you get with the ranked skills by maxing them out. However, and a lot of these skills, they do exactly what they I don't know, they do exactly what they say they do. It's pretty straightforward. However, these are the regular talents, and then there's the faction talents. And the faction talents are, each one of the faction talents, I would say, gives a very good boost for faction fleets. So the faction talents, highest priority for faction fleets. On the other hand, here is the deal with these talents. So there are things called special talents, and this is a talent skill that cannot be increased, but they are so good they don't need to be increased. So that's the trick to them. But here all of them are right here. So you have this one called Tireless Warrior. It increases your light cruiser, heavy cruiser. It increases all your cruisers' firepower and reload by 12. Soulful Warrior. Increase your battleship, battlecruiser firepower by 15 and main gun critical rate by 3%. And I'll just say this. Any of these special talents, if you have a fleet built that could make maximum use out of these special talents, I would say these special talents all have the highest priority. So all these possible, like all the talents here, these are all good. The faction fleet buffing talents are great for faction fleets, but in most cases, the special talents are just top notch. So top notch, it's worth it to sacrifice, certain talent points for these. Actually, I would recommend you never sacrifice a talent point on a cat, but it's worth it to use a talent point on these. You get way more bang for the buck per talent point if you use it on one of these special talents than you will get it on any of these regular talents. So I'll just keep going down the list of these regular talents. So Heart of the Torpedo. Increase DD and CL torpedo by 15 and torpedo critical rate by 3%. Note the critical rate does not apply to guided missile destroyers. So let me move on down here. I have managed to get I managed to get actually a very good Meowfficer that has both the Iron Blood faction fleet buffer and the Soulful Warrior buffer. It's an Oscar Meowfficer. Is that Meowfficer in my Iron Blood fleet? Oh, you bet your butt it is. And so Ace Pilot. This is a very rare talent that I have only gotten once, and I do use it on a Steel Meowfficer that I have as part of my other Iron Blood fleet slot. So my Iron Blood fleet is basically based around carriers. So the Ace Pilot and the faction buffer for the Iron Blood is very, very good. Now, excuse me, Alpha Wolf. I have not managed to get one of these. Granted, I haven't really been trying because I haven't reset the talent points on any of my major sub Meowfficers that I use. But so increases the submarine and aviation submarine torpedo by 15 and reload by 8. Incredibly nice. Now, Rising Star. Increase the XP gained for itself by 10%. So here is the deal with this skill. If you get a Meowfficer and you're raising that Meowfficer because it has a very good set of base default skills, this is good to add onto it before it reaches level 30, because this will actually help you get it to level 30. But if you once you're at level 30, you will want to reset the talent points and get rid of this skill as fast as possible because it's doing nothing. Now, and if you get a gold Meowfficer that has this skill, the Rising Star skill, as a default skill, throw that Meowfficer away. That is a crap Meowfficer. Get rid of that Meowfficer, because you could raise that to level 30, and then this skill, it basically has a whole useless skill stuck to it. So keep that in mind. Now, best friend. So when used as an enhancement material by other cats, increases XP provided by 10%. So here's the deal. If you get a Meowfficer with this skill, raise that Meowfficer up, and then when you want to feed that Meowfficer to another Meowfficer, the higher skill that the Meowfficer that has the skill is raised, the more XP will go to the Meowfficer who this one is fed to. So this has use, but once again, this is a Meowfficer designed to be food for another Meowfficer. Now, wind's alacrity. So increases your fleet speed by 3. That is very valuable. Now, forest's serenity. This is the one I went over earlier because I do have a Royal Navy Meowfficer with this skill. That Royal Navy Meowfficer was the one I used that got me through World 14. So I definitely got my use out of Forest Serenity. I would recommend Radiant Meowfficer with this skill. If you got this as a default skill, which I have never found a Meowfficer with this as a default skill, I would keep that Meowfficer. That is a dang good Meowfficer. Keep that Meowfficer. So, Flame's Aggression. I have never actually found a Meowfficer with this skill either. And to me, this is probably maybe the best Meowfficer skill there is. So increases the damage of all fleet members by 3%. That is the best Meowfficer skill by, by a considerable amount. I would say Forest Serenity comes kind of close, but Flame's Aggression, best Meowfficer skill in the game, really. And now Mountain's Tenacity. This is, I would say, on the same level as Flame's Aggression. So decreased damage fleet members receive by 3%. That's on the same level as Flame's Aggression. Once again, a very, very valuable Meowfficer skill. And then Miracle, increased luck of fleet by 5. Highly recommended, definitely. Now, Destiny, this skill has a serious drawback, and I have actually not kept any Meowfficer with this skill because I would never trade luck for skill. So, increase fleet firepower and torpedo and air power by 10, but decrease luck by 3. I personally do not recommend this skill. Never trade luck for skill. In any case, so all these other skills you would want to sort of center around your fleet. But like I said, if you get any of these special talents, I would say these take a much higher priority over the other ones. Now, I found this excellent chart. I cannot take credit for this. I didn't make this. I actually don't know who made this, but this chart is pretty on point. So I would say, here's the deal. It orders it from best all the way going down to worst. And I don't know any other way to put this. This is a very accurate setup. Except I don't, like I said, it put a high priority on Destiny for battleships. So here's the thing: it's ordered with destroyers, and then going down in terms of value for destroyers, and then for the other ones, cruisers, and then value once again highest priority up top, and then it goes down and it gets worse as a priority on the way down, and then yeah, so battleships, carriers, submarines. Now, one thing this doesn't tell you, especially with regards to the carrier thing, because I obsess over this because I use carriers heavily, is Ace Pilot does not actually help your light carriers at all. It is only for carriers. So keep that in mind. See, look, increase your CV, but not your CVLs. Air power by 15 and reload by 8. So I use light carriers very heavily too. So I have mixed feelings about Ace Pilot, even though individually, if you have solely a carrier-based fleet, which is what my Ironblood fleet is, and it has a Meowfficer with this skill will not help your light carriers. So keep that in mind. But I will be taking this chart and sharing it in my community tab for you guys in case you really want to get in the nitty-gritty of which skills are the best for which. So, yeah, I just thought I would go over the Meowfficer talents with you all. Once again, I would like to wish you all a farewell and following seas. If you like my content, please like and subscribe. Take it easy, guys.